names on it, we say thanks. As we unwrap every gift of love today, may our hearts praise you all the day long. Yes, some of us are going through storms, but Lord, help us to remember you are in the storm with us. And at the end, you are going to say, Peace be still. And so we thank you. We thank you for bringing these ladies to this platform again this morning. Whatever her needs are, you're able to fill every need. Bless every family represented here.
I believe that my mom is frozen, so I think the power may have gone off. And so we'll complete the prayer. Bless every woman that is represented here on this space. You're welcome, Lord. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. So I would like, until my mom gets back on, I would like to welcome everyone to Let's Talk. All right.
Oh, she's still frozen.
Again, I would like to welcome everyone as my mom gets back online. And until then, we're going to continue with our program just as normal, where every smile makes you a day younger. Did you know that?
Oh, yes.
Let me make sure. I didn't know if you knew that or not. So every time you smile, you're taking years off of your appearance. So every smile makes you a day younger. Let's say that together. Every
Every
smile
smile makes
makes
you
you a
a day
day
younger.
younger. And in addition to that, my potential is limitless, and I choose where to spend
My
my
energy.
energy.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
say it one more time. My potential is
Interest
what?
is limitless. Limitless.
And
I
I
choose
choose
to
where to spend
spend my
my
energy.
energy. What does that mean to you? What does that quote mean to you personally? Who would like to share? What does that mean for you personally?
Oh, today's like a new leaf, and I'm just ready to turn over.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Everyone has a wallet, right? Everyone spends the way that they choose to spend. You can choose whichever store you wanted to go to, whichever website you wanted to spend your money. You choose where to spend your money. So the same thing is with your potential. You can choose to save it and never spend and use it, or you can actually spend your potential where you think it is worthwhile. So my potential is limitless, and you have the
Limitless.
choice to
And
spend it.
on, yeah, on.
All right. So my mom, I believe, came on and off for just a moment, but that is okay. We're just going to continue on as usual. In today's news, well, not necessarily today specifically, but on October the 20th, it was Vietnamese Women's Day. Vietnamese Women's Day. Does anyone know anything about this particular country, Vietnam? No? Well, it's a very who has had
I've only
Vietnam
heard of
food
Vietnam War.
before? I'm sorry, who was that?
I am saying I've only heard about the Vietnam War.
Okay, okay.
Ooh,
Well, who's had Vietnamese food then?
Mm-mm.
beef,
No?
beef,
Okay,
beef.
well, in Vietnamese culture, their Women's Day is a day where men express their appreciation for the women in their lives, whether they're the mothers, the wives, the sisters, or the colleagues. And so they give them gifts like
Wow.
flowers and cards and small presents. Those are very common. And many of the organizations in Vietnam, they even host special events to honor the women in their workforce. So 2 days ago, I'm sure that the women felt appreciated and loved, and that's simply because they are able to celebrate Vietnamese Women's Day. So happy Vietnamese Women's Day to those who celebrate it. I will turn it over to my mom now.
Thank you, Kyle. My power is going in and out. But see, he won't win. He won't. No, that doesn't happen. Trust me, that's very rare. All right, you have this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Take
Yes.
it out. Let's go. Put it in.
good.
Put it in.
Put it in. Put it in. How much money you have now?
Should be $30.
How much today?
$30.
30.
30?
30.
$30. Yes, growing, isn't it? Money grows.
Mhm.
Good. Tuck that away now. Tuck that away. All right. As Kyle said, on Monday was Vietnamese Women's Day. I watch a lot of Vietnamese life stories.
Yes.
I
On
saw
YouTube.
lots. And who else watched that?
I do.
You and us? Okay.
Yes.
Good. It's fun, isn't it?
Yes,
Ah,
and
yeah.
notice with these ladies, they are very industrious and
I
hardworking.
am
Very,
telling you,
oh
I
boy.
am mesmerized. I am hooked on it. I'm hooked.
Yes, me too.
I'm hooked on it. Yeah. Yeah, they received a lot of attention and love,
Yes,
man, on Monday. That was very good to see. Very, very good to see. Lots of fruit and flowers and cake and
yes,
love. Yes. Now, this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so this morning we are wearing pink along with others in tribute to those who are going through or have experienced breast cancer. So let's talk a little bit about what happens here. I'll share a little bit first of what happened here in Huntsville, Alabama, specifically in Huntsville, Alabama. There is a news anchor presently on one of our major radio TV stations, WAFF. Her name is Liz Hurley. Her name is Liz Hurley. And there she is. If you
yeah.
watch WAFF, you will see she's the anchor. And in 1998, in fact, in 1998, I think that was the year. Let me make sure. Yes, in 1998, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And being on the TV, she didn't hide it. So we were able to follow her journey. She was unafraid to show her journey. And so she found out in her journey to try to get a cure that there was a lack of resources in the community to help women with breast cancer. So she didn't just sit on it. She started what in 1999 she started what is now Kyle, I think that's 22 years ago. She started Liz Hurley's Ribbon Run. And what that is for to raise money for Huntsville's breast center. And so every year in October, she has it. So let's look at the news snippet to see what she says.
In the 22nd annual Liz Hurley Ribbon Run. WAFF 48's Matthew King talked with runners and breast cancer survivors about what the largest 5K in the state of Alabama means to them.
On your marks, get set, go!
And they're off. They start from the same place, but all have a different story and a different reason for running.
In 2021, I was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer. And then 2 years later, my twin sister, she was diagnosed with breast cancer.
I found out from a manual self-inspection, and I felt something unusual.
I think about my grandma. I ran for her today, so the cause is very important to me. So seeing the pink, everybody, the good spirits, the people in the neighborhood is always a good vibe.
5 kilometers, 6,500 people running for one goal, supporting those with breast cancer and raising money for more research to come. The race started after Liz Hurley noticed a lack of resources for breast cancer care in Huntsville during her own battle with breast cancer. Today, her story has changed lives and inspired others to detect the disease early.
I waited too long to get treatment, so I had to have chemo, where she got hers early and was able to get radiation.
Studies show that 1 out of 8 women and 1 out of 100 men are diagnosed with breast cancer. So I highly recommend, even as early as 30 years old, get in the habit of self-checking and make sure you're scheduling your annual mammogram.
At every step, at every stride, these people ran a bit closer together.
Just the love, the support, the village, the community, everyone's on one accord. I just love seeing everyone just happy about supporting and encouraging those that are battling, those that are surpassing their battle, and those that may have lost their life due to breast cancer.
And that is something to attend. We try, especially now we got involved in participating and going there, especially because 5 years ago, my daughter passed from breast cancer. And so when she was here, we heard, paid more attention. When it hits you like that, you pay more attention to it. And when she was diagnosed and she was here, my sons, Kavi and Kyle, they started to run in this Liz Hurley Ribbon Run to help to raise awareness and funds for upgrade. And so they ran on Saturday morning, both of them. And my grandson, I think we have pictures of them. My grandson, my favorite grandson, the only one, 11. There is the group from my church that took part in that run. And there are my boys and my grandson, Camden. They ran 5K, that's about 3 miles. And there is the family, all of us who didn't run, we were all there. We were all there supporting. And I'm telling you, when I go out there on that Saturday morning, it's a sobering feel of unity. You feel the love, you feel the oneness. Everywhere you turn is pink, 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 pink. Man in pink suits and pink hat and pink shoes and pink tutus and pink dogs. I'm telling you, it's pink. It's one of the places I have gone in my life where I feel true unity. True unity. Black and white, Hispanic, whatever color. You just feel that because it's the one purpose, the one love. And so it was something to see. This year they had, as he said, 6,500 runners running about 3.1 miles, 5Ks. And then they had, prior to the runners, they had 500. This was sobering for me, remembering my daughter. 500 survivors walk. 500 survivors walked. They walked first. So they walked, The only one regret I had was that I didn't walk, because you could have walked as well. And if life lasts next year, I will sign up. You pay. That's how they raise money. You just don't walk. You have to pay. I'll walk the 3 miles, God's willing. But that's something. And so they were able this year to raise about $8 million.
Wow.
Not
That
this
is
year, that
going
is
to
in total. Their goal for this year was a little over 300,000 for updates to the software.
okay. And that is going to help with the upgrade of critical technology for the Huntsville Breast Center. That's where I go to have my mammogram done. To improve 3D. By the way, when you go for your mammogram, ask for the 3D mammogram. That is the one you should do. So that is what happened here in Huntsville last Saturday. Okay, so now there are some myths concerning breast cancer. Let's bust the myths. Let's see if you could bust the myths.
I'm going to give it to you as a true or false quiz that will pop up on your screen. It'll be very, very simple. So we're going to give ourselves a little over a minute to complete. And be sure to hit the submit button at the end. Good luck. All right, we'll give you 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I am going to now end the poll. If you haven't completed, you can still hit submit, and we will now review the answers together.
Okay, let's bust the myth on breast cancer, and hopefully this will help you. And our first question was, I know if my breasts are dense by feeling them. Do you know if your breasts are dense by feeling them? And that answer is false. That answer is false. You don't know that. Number 2, if you keep a healthy weight, exercise regularly, and eat right, you won't have to worry about breast cancer. What you think? That's false. That is false. That's a false myth. Number 3, mammograms hurt way too much to get one. That answer is false. That answer is false. If you do not have a family history of breast cancer, then you do not need to worry about getting it. That answer is false. That's a myth. That's false. Number 5, I'm way too young to worry about breast cancer. That answer is false. If I had cosmetic surgery, a mammogram could damage them. That answer is also false. Number 7, mammograms cause dangerous radiation exposure. That answer is also false. Radiation is in the air. When we go on a plane, there's little radiation. There is some radiation, but not dangerous to that extent. So all of those answers were false. Bust the myth on that. Let's do another test and see how much more you know about breast cancer.
It will be true or false. It should be on your screen. We will give you a little over a minute. Good luck.
Mm. Mm.
All right, we're gonna give you 10 more seconds, and then we're going to share the results. All right. If you haven't completed it, you feel free to hit the submit button, and now we're going to look at it together.
Okay, let's review your answers. You can get well, some of these we just bust the myth, so you should have gotten some of these correct. You can get breast cancer even if it doesn't run in your family. And that is true. We just bust the myth on that. It's not because it's in your family you get it. Okay, number 2. If breast cancer runs in your family, you're sure to get it. That is false. All of you, that's false. That's busting the myth there. Number 3, you still need mammograms after menopause. And that answer is true. Still need it. Number 4, and this is new to some people, men can get breast cancer, and that is true. That is true. So true. Okay. Number 5, Surgery and needle biopsies can cause breast cancer to spread. That is false. That is false. Number 6, there's nothing you can do to lower your breast cancer risk. And that is false. That is false. You can try with your exercise and your diet, and all of these help. There's no guarantee, but there is help that you can help to lower your breast cancer risk. And so there were 6 of them. How did you do? How did you do? Got all 6, Maureen? 5?
I got 6.
You got 6? All right. Okay. So you know about breast cancer. If you don't get anything else from this program, I want you to remember early detection is a game changer. Get your mammogram. Early detection is a game changer. Now you learn a little bit more about breast cancer. Get your mammogram. Ask for 3D. 3D mammogram. Go and get your mammogram. Hiding your head in the sand, not making it go away. Okay? Hiding, it's not going to help. So go and find out and see if you could get some help. If you have it, praise the Lord. You don't. Praise. Okay? How many of you, by show of thumbs up, you have family members who have had or still have breast cancer? Any family members? Okay. Ivy, you have. Who do you have with breast cancer?
I don't know if you remember Val Poitier, who used to come on Let's Talk.
That's right. That's right.
That's my cousin.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Anybody else? Family member? Okay. How many of you know of someone who has breast cancer? You know of someone who has breast cancer? Okay. All right. Some of you don't know anybody. Whoa. Cancer left, right, up. That's a common thing seemingly now. Well, you may not know, but we have a participant on this program who has breast cancer, is a breast cancer survivor. Yes. Right here on this Let's Talk. And this morning, she's brave enough to share her story with us about her journey. So I'm just giving her the open platform, whatever the Lord has laid on her heart to share. I'm not holding her to 2 minutes or 3 minutes. She's speaking from her heart to you. And as other ladies watch this program, they would be inspired to know first of all, there is a God who steps in and intervenes, and he's still a healer. And again, encouraging all ladies, young and old, we just learned that early detection is a game changer. Go and get your mammogram. So in case you didn't know, I will now introduce to you Althea Dennis, a cancer survivor. Let's give a round of applause.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning, and good morning, Kyle. My breast cancer journey actually started a couple of years even before being diagnosed with breast cancer. There was a lump that I had in one of my breasts, and it started out maybe small, and every year I would go to the doctor and I would have the test done. They would just tell me, we're going to keep an eye on it. So I would have the mammograms done. They would keep an eye on it. For a good couple of years, it didn't grow. It stayed the same size. They had never made the recommendation to biopsy any of those things. They just said, we're just going to keep an eye on it. We're going to watch it. It hasn't grown, it hasn't changed shape, none of that. So between the year of 2017 and 2018, it changed. I went to the doctor for my regular annual checkup. This was a new doctor that I was seeing, but it was in the same office that I regularly go to. And when she was doing her exams, and I will say this, you feel your body every day and you do the thing every day, but it's your body, and every day, sometimes you don't realize that something has changed. So by the time that I went to the doctor, she felt and she goes, this feels like it's about the size of a golf ball. So she was telling me, I think it's 5 millimeters, or however they use their lingo and telling you. So she said it feels like it's the size of a golf ball. She goes, and I don't like this. And she said, it's my first time seeing you. And she says, none of your other doctors made the recommendation. I'm making the recommendation. I need you to go and have this checked. So I did the mammogram and all those things, but she wanted me to go further. She wanted me to go and have it biopsied. So, and I had to do a consultation to meet with the doctor in regards to it. And he did the normal, just feeling and checking. And we set up an appointment after that to have it biopsied. I did the biopsy, I believe it was in either the later part of April or in the beginning of May. And I got back the results in mid-May of 2018 that I had breast cancer. The results, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to, they want to make sure that they have everything to make sure if it's really breast cancer, also to determine if it's spreading, there's different things behind it. So there are just some things at that point they know. They just know that it's breast cancer. So between that time, I ran into having some insurance issues where my insurance paperwork, it sort of went in on time, but there was a hesitation. Something had happened and my insurance information was not done. So even though I was going to some of the doctor's appointments, if you don't have insurance or you don't have coverage, sometimes they don't even want to see you. So I somewhat ran into a little bit of that because they wanted to know where they were going to get the money from to have to do my surgery. So rolling through a couple of months, I decided to sign up at one of the local hospitals to get on the clinic, which was recommended by one of the ladies in the hospital. So at that point, she said, you know what? This is not something to play with. If they found it, I prefer that you as a woman get on the clinic and let us work with what we can do, and we go from there. So I got on the clinic. I got to meet the doctor who was going to do my surgery, who was actually the head of the department at the time and was also the surgeon. And he had me, because I had it done outside of the hospital, I had to go and do some leg work to go and get all my documentation from the biopsy that I had. And so it took a little time, but by the time September came around, or August, September, my first surgery was done. When he went in to do the surgery, I was fine. I didn't feel any pain with that first surgery, but based on me going back into my chart and reading everything, I said, based on what my OBGYN said, I was like, oh, I know he didn't get it all. I just know he didn't get it all. So we met back together in the office, and at this point, I had to go back in and do a secondary surgery. So in September, I did one, and the next one was supposed to be in October. I told the doctor I'm not doing any surgeries on my birthday. So my next surgery then was the day after my birthday, October the 22nd, like today. Yeah. So after my birthday, and then I did that surgery. And when I had to pre-op for that surgery, was that they give you an injection. I think it was the day before, something like that, and it lights up in your body to show you where else the breast cancer, if it's all in that one spot or if it has traveled to somewhere else. So the second surgery, I felt a lot more pain. I didn't feel any of the first. The second one, I felt a lot more pain because they went in and made sure that they got everything out. That second surgery, they also found that it had went to some of my lymph nodes in my arm and under my arm. So I had, I think, around 10 or so, could be more, lymph nodes removed during that second surgery. And I had to come home with a drain tube, and they also put my port in my other arm because I was going to go through chemo and radiation. They give your body a good couple of months or so to heal from all of that and to also remove the drain tube. But they want to make sure that all the fluid that is in your body has moved out and that you have to make sure you clean the area, all that stuff. So I had that removed maybe about a good couple of weeks after, and they went back and checked to make sure everything was healing. Then I had to meet with another doctor and doing consultations and all that thing for going into chemo and then also discussing radiation. So I started my chemo, I believe it was in November of 2019. After starting my first chemo, I lightly had the hair shedding. By the second or the third, because I was doing chemo at this point every 2 weeks. At this point, then my hair started to fall out. But I had a son, so I've always had clippers. And when my hair just started to fall, I said, you know what? It's hair. I'm letting it go. And I just took the clippers and I just shaved it bald. Yeah, so then as time progressed, and I was still going through chemo, and my son was in high school at the time. He was still doing his daily activities, wanting to play basketball, all that stuff. I was still able, I had chemo on Mondays. By Thursday and Friday, my energy was that. But I still was mom. So I still continued to do mom things. He had friends that I made sure after were done playing, I dropped everybody home. I wanted everybody safe, everybody home. And then the weekend, I was that. Some days I would make it to church. Some days I just had no energy to make it to church. And this went on for maybe about 3 to 4 months. So by the time March of 2019 came around, I was still overall doing okay. You do feel your body being drained. It does drain your body. It drains your body. And then what I developed during that time is that sometimes I would breathe and all of a sudden I go, feel like I'm gasping for air. And then my doctor recommended at that point that I see a cardiologist. And I explained to him what was going on. He put me on a low dose pill just to help to correct that issue that I had. I also suffered, just had a lot of, some stiffness and things like that. And they gave me a longer break from doing the chemo to going into radiation. Preparing for radiation, you go in maybe a couple of times. They put markers, they put like stickers, markers on you, so they know exactly every time you would come back in for your appointment, exactly where they need to point the laser to provide the dosage that you need. So I was there and you can't move. So they mark you and they try to leave it as a permanent mark, or they put a tag on you, because I would have to do radiation every day for a good amount of weeks. And I can't remember how many weeks, but it was every day for a certain amount of weeks. After a while, and they will tell you this, that over time, that it feels like a lot of things in here tend to tense up and tighten up. So because of that, over the years, I've had lymphedema. So there is some swelling in my arms now. There is a lot of tightness and fluid sometimes, a lot of stiffness in through here. So I have developed some of that. My secondary cancer, through all of that, came back in November, December of 2022. I was having some like coughing issues earlier in that year, and some other stuff going on. They attributed thinking that maybe it was the medication that the doctor had given me for blood pressure, or maybe something else. They didn't think it was cancer that had come back. Well, when the cancer came back again, it was considered metastatic breast cancer, but it came from my breast and went to my lungs.
Yeah.
So from there, they discussed different treatments for me. I was suffering that I was a person that could not swallow pills. So any treatment that I was doing, I was getting shots. These were the worst shots known to man. I was getting a shot in my left and right abdomen and in my rear for a good while. And then I had to do therapy to learn how to swallow pills so that I could alleviate having to do the shots. They even wanted me at one point to, because my breast cancer was hormone positive, they wanted me to have my ovaries removed. And I sort of fought against having to have anything else out of my body removed, because I believe that there are certain things in your body, or not everything you should have removed. There's other ways, certain ways to get around having everything removed. And my breast cancer surgery was a lumpectomy, so they removed the spot. So I still have part of my breast still there. So for it coming back into my lungs, there was only medical treatment at that point, since it was secondary. So they call it, once it's called metastatic, it's automatically considered stage 4. My breast cancer was stage 1B. So it was still, even though it was a big size, it was slow growing, and that kept it at one stage 1B. So I went from a 1B from the original to going metastatic to a stage 4. I did do a biopsy for the second one, but there was not enough there to show. I had to go back and do the next lighting test for it to show, and they were not able to get enough of a specimen to determine what it is. So through that time, I had to learn how to swallow pills. So I was doing therapy. So at first, because I couldn't swallow, I was doing the shots. So the shots in the abdomen and in the butt, I was in pain after every session. It was hard to sit down. The abdomens would hurt. I'd have to put ice everywhere. But I'm going to fast forward till now. I'm overall doing pretty good. A lot of my scans that I have taken over the years have shown that it has minimized. They don't see it. I still have my days where I am tired, and I have my days where I can do things boom, 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 and I'm just all over the place, just getting everything done. So I will say, thank God, I've gotten another year. I turned 52 yesterday, and I'm still here fighting every day. It's not easy every day, but I get up every day and I try to make things happen. So ladies, what I will say to you, you have to be your advocate. I know in the beginning I was not my advocate, But I'm here to tell you, be your own advocate. If you have a lump there and they check it and they tell you, oh, we're going to watch it, I would say try to press a little bit further and see if you can have it removed.
Yes.
I would press and say, see if you can have it removed, because maybe that would have changed what my outcome is. But then this is also my story now that I can share with all of you. So be your best advocate. And yes, men can have breast cancer. So if you see something different in a male, where sometimes they say like they have call it man boobs, they should have it checked. They should have it checked, because sometimes that can turn into cancer as well. So ladies, make sure you get yourself checked. Be your advocate. If you find anything, you feel anything, have them go further, have it biopsied, have it tested. If best you can, have it removed. And those are the words that I can share with you. I'm currently right now on 2 pills for breast cancer. And so far they're working well for me. And I can sit here in front of you and you can see, and I actually, my hair has grown back.
Oh, yes.
So it's grown back much thicker than I think it was before. I just have a lot more gray, but hey, you know, as I said, I'm having my up and down days. I have pain here and there, but I'm here. And I do not take that for granted. I don't take that for granted. So ladies, be your best advocate. And if there's any time you feel that you want to ask me something, feel free. If you want to ask me now, feel free.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give a round of applause to Althea. Round of applause to Althea. And let's say together on the count of 3, happy birthday. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday.
So you're looking at the goodness of God.
Oh,
That's
yes.
who you're looking at. We talk about wow, God, and look at God and God's sighting, and you want something tangible, verifiable, look at her. I tell you, keywords, look at her. It's a God thing. It's a God thing. I am happy to know you are still on this journey, and I do pray for you, and will continue to pray for you as I pray for all of us, that we will continue to be on this journey of health. And so I want to encourage you. I'm not going to ask you to put up your hand or not. If you have never gotten a mammogram, go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask if you never. No, I won't embarrass you. And if you have been going and you stop, go.
But again.
Keep going. Just go check. Go and check. That's how you check your blood pressure. There's a yearly exam. Go. If money is a factor, go. You find money for everything else. You go. Take self-care. That's a part of your self-care. Okay, so make sure you go. I go in December. Mine is during December, right to Huntsville Breast Center. I will be going. Yes. So because this program was dedicated just to make us more aware of what's happening in the world of breast cancer, I will send you the project outside of this after we are finished. So we want to look at what Romans 8, verse 38 and 39 says. It says, for I am sure that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor rulers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers, nor height, nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to do what?
Separate
us from the love of God in Christ Jesus our Lord. Listen to what Ella Scott says. Never give up.
Never give up.
You feel tired, broken, lost. But listen, this is not the end. God is with you. Stand up, keep fighting. Storms may rise, but I won't break. God is strong, He makes a way. Every tear, He holds them all. I will rise, I will stand tall. Darkness fades, the light will shine. God is here, His strength is mine. Never give up, God is stronger. Never give up, lift your fire higher. Chains will break, fear is gone, victory's here, the fight is won. Let go of doubt, let go of fear. God is moving, He is near. Keep on running, don't back down. Through the fire, hear the sound. Darkness fades, the light will shine. God is here, His strength is mine. Never give up, God is stronger. Never give up, lift your fire higher. Chains will break, fear is gone, victory's here, the fight is won. Who will fight for you? Jesus. Who will make a way? Jesus. Who is our victory? Jesus. Lift your voice, shout His name. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, mighty to save. Lift your head. You are made for more. God is with you, and you will rise again.
Lift your head. God is with you. You will rise again. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Let's Talk as we pay tribute to our cancer survivors. A special thanks again to Althea for sharing her journey with us, and may God continue to bless each of you as you go throughout this day. Thank you again for joining me on Let's Talk.
Have a blessed rest of the week, everyone.
God bless you.
Okay, bye.